those updates. With that, we are shifting our focus now to some other news. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is all set to visit Somnath in Gujarat to participate and celebrate the Somnath Swabhiman Parv being held from January 8th to January 11, 2026. The program marks 1,000 years since Mahmud Ghazni invasion of the Somnath temple in 1026. The Prime Minister's participation in the Somnath Swabhiman Parv underscores the enduring spirit of India's civilization and reaffirms his commitment of preserving and celebrating the country's rich cultural and spiritual heritage. Ahead of the grand event, let's in fact take you through a short history of the Somnath temple. It's very important to understand why our nation is celebrating our culture as we are, and if we look at the history of the Somnath temple, it's quite varied, it's quite diverse, it's withstood time and invasions in fact. So, let's look at the history of the Somnath temple, the ancient origins. It is believed to be one of the 12 Jyotirlings of Lord Shiva. So, in India there are 12 Jyotirlings, and this Somnath temple, the ancient origins, is supposed to be one of the 12 Jyotirlings. The prosperous port shrine. So, remember that Somnath shrine is located near the port, and hence they call it the prosperous port shrine. It is located on Gujarat's coast, and Somnath thrived as a wealthy pilgrimage and trade center. So, not only was Somnath part of the 12 Jyotirlings and a pilgrim center, it was also a trade center as well. Let's look at some other facets of the Somnath temple, because it has a very rich history. Then in 125 CE or 1025 CE, Mahmud of Ghazni actually invaded the Somnath temple. He invaded and plundered the temple, marking the first widely recorded destruction of the temple. So, this was the first recorded destruction of the temple in 1025 and 26, when Mahmud of Ghazni actually came in with the invasion. So, what is the cycle of the destruction? The temple faced repeated attacks and demolitions by invaders and rulers over the centuries. So, even after Mahmud of Ghazni, the temple in fact was subject to demolition and destruction by various invaders who came in from Persia, who came in from Turkey. So, the temple actually had to face a lot of destruction and plundering. Then there have been estimated 17 reconstructions. So, 17 times this temple has been reconstructed. It has withstood the test of time, and despite being destroyed multiple times, it still stands tall. Now, there have been some attacks in the medieval period as well. It has been targeted by rulers like Alauddin Khilji's generals, and later by Aurangzeb as well. So, clearly we can see that over the centuries it has endured a lot of attacks, but still it has withstood the test of time and is as mighty as it can be, as regal as it can be, and today as well we are celebrating it 1,000 years later as a symbol of our culture. This is a symbol of endurance as well, because each rebuilding reflected faith over force, not royal continuity alone. So, obviously this was a show of faith as well by the people of Somnath, because this temple has been reconstructed time and again, even though the invaders actually came in and destroyed it again and again. So, however, after that, when we were during the colonial phase, there was neglect. So, the temple also faced a lot of neglect, and under the British rule, restoration was delayed despite public demand. So, obviously, under the British rule, this did not get as much importance as it should have, and the entire reconstruction process, restoration process was delayed. Let us look at post-independence now, independent India, free India, ready to embrace its cultural roots, and this was rebuilt in 1951 under Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel's vision. So, you can look at those ruins over there, the Indian tricolor flag flying high, and this was post-independence revival of a symbol of our culture, of our heritage. And this, look at that modern building. This is the modern Somnath temple in all its grandeur. It stands today as a national monument of resilience and faith. Obviously, resilience, it's withstood so many attacks, and now it also stands as a symbol of our towering faith as well. In fact, this is why Prime Minister Narendra Modi is also attending the Somnath Swabhiman Parv, which is being held to mark the 1000 years of the entire invasion that has happened. In fact, joining us on the broadcast is Gautam Mukherjee, senior journalist. Sir, if I can come to you on this, India is celebrating 1000 years of this entire invasion, since this first invasion happened at the Somnath temple, and Prime Minister Narendra Modi obviously is he's someone who has pioneered embracing the Indian culture, embracing our heritage, and today we see him actually going and participating in that Swabhiman Parv as well.
Yes, surviving for 1000 years is itself a testament to the power of the Shivling that is housed in the Somnath temple. Time and again it has been destroyed, time and again it has been rebuilt. It was neglected, as you said, and it is now a major tourist attraction and a place of pilgrimage. The Prime Minister is rightly emphasizing the importance of Somnath as one of the major temples of India, and this is something that is also applicable to many other places of pilgrimage and worship around the country which have been revived, including infrastructure development to reach them, infrastructure development around them for pilgrims and tourists, and it is a very welcome tradition that has been revived and is being nurtured by this government.
Right. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us on the broadcast with that valuable perspective. We are turning our attention now towards